everyone, I'm Ric Blackwell for the Education Network and WXEL TV, South Florida PBS, and this is Good Sports. The best in Palm Beach County School District sports, arts, and academics. It's a girls' district basketball championship tonight at John I. Leonard High School in Green Acres. Tonight, the Boca Raton Bobcats taking on the Lake Worth Trojans. Two fantastic basketball teams. Let's show you some highlights. The Boca Raton Bobcats ranked #1 in the state in 8A.
Hey, cats on three, 1, 2, 3, yes!
Lake Worth also has a great team led by their head coach Melissa Garvin.
Everybody else has got to deny the passer.
Boca Raton with a 21-5 record taking on Lake Worth and their 18-7 mark. The winner gets this trophy for a District 10 8A championship. The Bobcats have played in the district final 5 straight years. They return all 5 starters from last year's team that went to the state semis. Boca Raton so strong on the boards, Tatiana Ferguson with the putback, 2 of her 6 points. Both teams performed well at the free throw line. Grace Marco lines up the shot, and it goes in. And good free throw shooting for the Trojans. Kiara Meeks connects from the charity stripe. Kiara with 8 points for Lake Worth. Boca with some great guard play. Tracy Kemp with the drive and the basket. And Lake Worth also can penetrate and score. #1, Erna Normil looks strong as she goes to the basket. The shot is up and in. And again, it's Kiara Meeks with the dribble, drive, and shot. Count it, and she gets fouled. But Boca just would not be denied. Grace Marco out of bounds after the pass. She steps inbounds, gets the ball back, and then sinks the three-pointer. On the next possession, Grace with the steal, and she's sprinting down the court. Marco on the mark. Grace scored 16 points. Boca wins the game 64-41. The Trojans and Bobcats shake hands after the game. Now in girls basketball, both teams in the district final advance to the next round. John I. Leonard Athletic Director Scott Siegel hands the runners-up trophy to Lake Worth head coach Melissa Garvin. And Boca captain Tracy Kemp collects the title trophy for the Bobcats. The entire team poses with the championship hardware. This is the 2nd straight district title, their 3rd in 5 years. Grace, Tracy, and Rachel from Boca Raton High School, congratulations, guys. You guys got great smiles on your face right now. How much hard work is it? And I'm sure you've been thinking about this district championship all season.
Oh yeah, the practice out every day, 2 hours, 9 a.m. practices on Saturdays. It definitely paid off for the win, so we're really excited.
You know, you guys seem like you have such a great spirit about your team. Tell us what that togetherness does as far as advancing you guys to become the best team possible.
Yeah, we try to do everything together. Everything we do is together. We practice together. We hurt together. We get injuries together. Everything we do is together. So we just try to make it happen.
That's togetherness when you get injuries together. I'm going to ask you just like what was the key this season to bring it all together, and obviously there's still more goals to attain, but so far what's been the key to success?
I mean, we went up to states last year, so our big key was just getting there, knowing we got to get farther this year. So that big main goal that we have, that's our big key.
And what do you guys do to make sure that you just don't rest on this district title trophy, that you stay hungry for more and more championships?
We start every game like it's our first game, because every season our first game is just unbelievable. So if we play every game like our first game, we're definitely going to make it to the state championship and win it.
What's the buzz like at Boca High? Because you guys got so many great teams, but are you guys getting a lot of respect on campus?
We do. We get a lot of respect. A lot of people respect us because we're planning on going back to states this year. We put in a lot of work to get back there, so we're just taking it a game at a time.
And just how much fun is this right now, kind of reaping the rewards for all that work? I'm sure you work out 12 months a year.
Yeah, no, it's great. We love it. We've been waiting all season for this. It's finally here. We're excited.
All right, well, congratulations, district champs, Boca Raton High School. Great job, guys.
Thanks.
New Nugent is the head basketball coach over at Boca Raton High School. You've been a coach 5 years. The girls have been in the district final 5 out of those 5 years. What is the key to the success? And it just seems like you guys have got such a great sort of winning streak going on over at Boca Raton High School.
Well, we won 3 out of the 5, so it's been a great experience. But the key is The girl just works hard. They work really hard, and the chemistry between them and the camaraderie they built, and they're willing to give up the little things to get to where they are. So it's been a great, unselfish experience to see all these girls coming together and say, hey, let's go do what we want to do, play basketball.
You know, Boca Raton is in 8A. That is the largest class in the state of Florida. You guys got to the Final Four last year.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, you returned all your starters, so there was almost kind of that pressure on you, like you had to get to this point, right?
A lot of pressure this year, but the girls came back from state last year disappointed and hungry. And it was a blessing for us to be up there. So they've been hitting the weight room, the gym, the strength and training, and putting the extra work. And that loss last year actually gave us the springboard to be where we are. And it's been an incredible experience to see the girls all came back and committed to just play, to get better. So
they had a perfect reaction. They celebrated, but you can tell that they're all business and they know that there's more games to play, right?
Yes, sir. That's our goal. Every practice, I tell them the goal is Lakeland, and it's in very reachable distance. So let's focus on the goal. That's Lakeland.
Yeah.
But tonight it's one of those stepping stones to get there. So we're going to celebrate for sure.
And just tell our viewers, what kind of young ladies are you dealing with? Are these a really nice group of girls, and are you proud to represent them and Boca Raton High School?
Oh, they are good students, good family. Most of them are being recruited by Ivy League schools. Actually, 6 out of our 10 girls that are on the squad this year are being recruited by high-level basketball.
Wow.
And most of them are Ivy Leagues or high academic schools. So it's been a great experience to coach them, to be around them, trying to be their coach, but be their mentor, but also sneak in a little bit of friendship as well. So, but they're so much fun. I just love it. They represent Boca Raton well. They represent our coaching staff well. And they're just great kids.
Well, they're a reflection, too, of the passion that you have for basketball and for Boca, so congratulations. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And maybe we'll bring a trophy back to Boca Raton. That'd be pretty cool.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
again.
It'll be the first time ever in our school history, so
That's good.
Be great. Thank you.
And now I'm in Boca Raton. Got a riddle for you. What does this spare tire and about $23 worth of products purchased at Home Depot have to do with saving children in the third world? Well, let me tell you, it's an inspiring story from over here at Eagles Landing Middle School in Boca Raton. Jerry O'Donnell from Eagles Landing Middle School is one of those teachers who wants his students to work hard and dream big.
It's three-dimensional, it's 3D. It's like you can almost pick them up and put them in your hand, okay? And that's the future. That's your future. And it's going to be amazing.
The students inside his science class have a role model when it comes to this spirit of innovation and a philosophy that failure is just another opportunity to learn. You see, Jerry has been tinkering and experimenting his whole life.
You know, I've always been curious, and I guess that's why I teach 8th grade science. It's my way of, just playing and getting paid for it.
His pay includes a $10,000 check from the InfoSystems Foundation. They sponsored an inventors competition to help solve problems. 1.5 billion people worldwide do not have electricity, making it difficult for patients with cystic fibrosis and asthma to get necessary nebulizer treatments. Jerry's big heart led to finding a big solution. That's when he decided to reinvent the wheel.
Okay, because this is real world. This is like real science, real world, real problems, real solutions. Okay, this is what we do. Okay, you got an idea, you run with it, you see how well it works, and I teach. I'm in the idea business.
His idea could be a lifesaver. It works by connecting Jerry's creation to a tire, and then just open the valve. Pressurized air in the tire works its way through tubing. A filter scrubs out water, oil, and other pathogens. Medicine in the nebulizer is now able to be delivered to the patient without the need of electricity. The invention, called the Nebutire, is a combination of Jerry's vision plus $23 in parts from Home Depot. A recipe for success from the very beginning.
I put it together and I hooked it up for the first time and I turned the valve on and it works so good. It was like I was like a little kid. Okay, it's like, oh my God, look what I created.
A creation that won a competition and now is being tested by the FDA. Jerry has met with other scientists about getting the product to the people who need it around the world.
Here I am, an 8th grade science teacher, right? Two of these top scientists in the world, at the #1 university in the world, are meeting on the courtyard of MIT to talk about my idea. How cool is that?
The only thing cooler, sharing his story with his students.
Value really is as a teaching tool to show my students, what we can do with an idea and what's possible, and that, all you have to do is imagine, okay, what you want things to be like, and then try to create it. Okay, and so it's been a real trip for me to, bring my students in on this whole process.
The process and Jerry's passion. A breath of fresh air. Well, this is exciting to talk to Jerry O'Donnell over here at Eagles Landing Middle School in Boca Raton. Hey, congratulations. $10,000, not too bad. But just talking to you, you get a sense that it's much more than that, and it's about really maybe being able to help a lot of people in the third world.
Yeah, well, there's a whole different aspects to this whole idea, and where it's going. I ultimately want to help somebody. I mean, I like to get FDA approval. I like to actually have it, benefit somebody in the third world. And but other than that, it's value at this point. That's his future value, his promise. Okay, but right now, it's value really is as a teaching tool to show my students, what we can do with an idea and what's possible, and that, all you have to do is imagine, okay, what you want things to be like, and then try to create it. Okay, and so it's been a real trip for me to, bring my students in on this whole process. And they enjoyed it too. They actually named it. Okay, in fact, I didn't have a name for it. I brought it to my students, and so we had to name the device, contest, and Nebutire actually went out. And the thing was that after two classes, two people come up with Nebutire, so I knew that had to be the name. Okay, and then one of the girls yells out, "But Mr. O'Donnell, you have to spell it Nebtyre, because the Y is so much classier than an I." Okay, so I started laughing. And so that's how it got its name, from my students.
What's cool is you were inspired by your uncle. How do you want, at the end of the day, to inspire these kids as far as really reaching for their dreams? And science is all about exploration and endless possibilities. What do you hope to teach the kids about what they can achieve?
I think the biggest influence I can have on them, I think any science teacher should try to do this, is to try to open up their creative side. I mean, I heard a statistic that China will graduate more honor students this year than we have students. Okay, because there's like 1.5 billion Chinese versus our 300 million population. And if it was all about having the most students that are smart, we couldn't compete with China. But my question is that if they're so good, why does China send people over here to find out how we do this? And the reason is because over in China, they are ingrained in such high-end testing, okay, that what happens is they don't want to be wrong. They don't want to risk the chance of being wrong. The students can't afford that, and as a result, their creativity is stunted. Okay, so they come over here, okay, to find out how we do this. And if you ask some of my students, they'll say, it's okay to fail in here. It's not on tests, okay, but on a daily basis, it's okay to ask questions, it's okay to be wrong, okay, it's okay to do that. And they need to have that feeling that, if they're wrong, if they're not right all the time, that it's okay, and we learn more from our mistakes sometimes than we do from our successes.
Yeah, well, really inspiring stuff over here at Eagles Landing Middle School. Congratulations. Thanks for allowing us to come to class today.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, thanks for coming and showing us.
Really enjoyed meeting Jerry, and it's so cool that he's using his invention as a teaching tool. Good luck to Jerry. Now to another wonderful teacher, Sarah Knutson, who teaches art and design at Jupiter High School, and the work done by her students on the walls at the Norton Art Museum in West Palm Beach. Proud parents taking pictures of pictures.
1, 2, 3. Got it.
And why not? The work done by their children appearing in one of Florida's great art museums, the Norton Museum of Art. On this night, an open reception to celebrate the 32 Jupiter High School students showcased on the walls of the Martin Community Gallery at the Norton. Sarah Knutson is the proud art teacher who gave her students an assignment titled Beyond Appearances.
We asked our students to look inward at the place they live within and to see the parts of it that you don't always think of. So there's all these stereotypes of what Florida is, and especially what Jupiter is.
Gianna Pataka tackles the stereotype of Jupiter through her artwork. The photograph of the lighthouse, an old phone book page, and the fishhook take you back to a simpler time, like in the 60s, when Jupiter's population was just over 1,000 people. 50 years later, Jupiter is home to 60,000 people. And Gianna shows that contrast with the image of high-rise buildings and train tracks that symbolize the All Aboard Florida rail project that will run through the town.
I wanted to show what it historically was like, and it was a very small town, and how the industrialization is overtaking it with plans such as All Aboard Florida, and it's steering off from what it originally was, from its historical charm.
Gianna believes art can send a powerful message and create positive change.
Some of them will find a different way to view a problem, and they can bring it out in a way that most people would not see that. And it opens up a different viewpoint, and people can have an open discussion about it, and they may just see something differently than what they may have not before.
The Norton is thrilled to host the exhibit, and they are proud of their partnership with Jupiter High School. A partnership that allows Jupiter High students to tour the museum, meet artists, and question the curator at the Norton.
It's kind of an expansion of the classroom, of what they learn in the classroom, but it's also an opportunity to dig a little deeper and see the museum as a resource for them for learning.
A resource that helps to bring out the best in these students. Their work tackled poverty, violence, the environment, even the weather. Artist Jonathan Ferris says his photograph knocks down the perception that Florida is just beaches and sunny days.
Like what you expect to see in Florida and what you actually have.
We know high schoolers can shoot selfies, but this assignment asked each artist to really think about their surroundings.
You know, they're already visually literate, and it's kind of getting them to know what they know. You know, they're constantly editing on their phones. You know, they take 1,000 selfies before they pick that one. So in some ways they have more skills visually than ever before, but they are so used to it they don't recognize their own skill levels. And so getting them to then put that kind of effort into something bigger than a selfie is important.
You can see the exhibit by the Jupiter High students at the Norton Museum of Art now through February 28th.
I really enjoyed the exhibit at the Norton Museum of Art. There's a lot of talented students at Jupiter High School. And you know what? Also, a lot of caring students. Just a couple of weeks ago here on Good Sports, we showed you highlights of the Jupiter High School Dance Marathon.
120 students from the school participated in the first annual event. They stayed on their feet for 4 straight hours to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network and Shands Hospital in Gainesville. Thanks to the work of the Jupiter High Key Club, which organized the dance marathon, they raised $11,504. 2 families that will benefit from the dance marathon wanted to say thank you.
Hi there, Jupiter High School. My name is Amber Farrell.
And I'm Nate.
And we just want to thank you guys so much for dancing for kids like Nate. Nate was born with a genetic condition called mitochondrial disease. And so he's been a patient at UF Health Shands Children's Hospital his entire life. That's his home away from home. We have 9 specialists that we see there, and he's in and out of the hospital fairly often throughout the year and in different doctor's appointments. And we see the difference that Children's Miracle Network hospitals makes at Shands Hospital. It's an incredible difference in Nate's life and the lives of all the miracle kids that you're dancing for. We see where the money goes. We see how it helps all of these kids. And you are making a difference. It touches our hearts, the difference that you're making, and we just want to tell you how much we appreciate it. And we wish we could be there, but just know that we're there in spirits and in hearts, and we thank you all very much.
Thank you for helping kids like me.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, Jupiter High School. We are the Chapmans, and this is my daughter, Ellie Chapman. She has a condition called glycogen storage disease. We are so grateful for the time that you are putting in this weekend and raising money for our local children's hospital. Because of you, we're able to see a great specialist named Dr. David Weinstein, who is world-renowned. We thank you so much again for your time, and we appreciate all you're doing for us. Ellie.
Thank you.
That was really nice of the families to express their gratitude to the Jupiter High dancers. Well, let's continue the discussion about dance. Dancers at the Boca Middle School of the Arts held their annual dance concert inside the school's auditorium.
The 6th, 7th, and 8th grade dancers at the Performing Arts School showed off their tremendous talent. This show was for their fellow students, but the dancers also performed 3 shows over the weekend for the general public. Participation in the annual dance concert at Boca is mandatory for all dance majors. This was the 19th annual dance concert at the school.
And now a look at social media inside the Palm Beach County school system.
The Seminole Ridge girls lacrosse team poses for a team picture. The girls recently raised $1,100 for the program. How about the Seminole Ridge competitive cheerleading team? They finished 3rd during recent state competition. Meanwhile, congrats to the Jupiter High cheer team. They came in 2nd place at the state competition. At Wellington High School, a shout out to the 4 JV county champions, Robinson Sid, Robert Saldaregia, Brendan Packer, and Jake Palat. At Spanish River High School, the boys basketball team held senior night. They recognize Aaron Rissman, the only senior at the school, headed to Duke University in the fall. Congratulations. Also at Spanish River, girls head soccer coach Kevin Turner writes, "Proud of my team 2016. The Sharks participated this past weekend at the annual Race for the Cure event in downtown West Palm Beach to raise money to fight breast cancer." Also at the Race for the Cure, several students from Palm Beach Lakes High School, the school's National Honor Society and Law Honor Society took part in the event. At Coniston Middle School, it's all about hard work. The girls' soccer team busy practicing and going through some difficult drills. Now earlier, we had highlights of Boca Raton winning a district title in girls basketball. We need to also congratulate the young ladies at Palm Beach Gardens High School for also taking home a district title trophy. The AVID program at Forest Hill High School helps students realize their dreams of going to college. The program features tutoring, college readiness seminars, and college visits. The students in the AVID program at Forest Hill pose here at the University of North Florida. There are also lots of artistic students at Forest Hill. A sneak peek at the chalk art on campus. What a great job by those kids. And finally, the hard work continues at Galaxy E3 Elementary School to help the students with their schoolwork.
And now a profile of Binks Forest Elementary School.
At Binks Forest Elementary School in Wellington, the motto is educating young minds for the challenges of tomorrow.
I just love the teachers and I love the campus. Everything's great about this school. I love it. It's awesome.
When you walk through Binks Forest, you immediately get inspired by the school's creativity. Behind every door on this journey, something special is happening inside. There's the science lab where students are testing a paper bridge. Here, 2 classes work together to learn about the world's greatest artists. Students then imitate the style of their favorite painters.
It's wonderful.
They love it.
They love it. And we love it.
Everyone seems to be in harmony.
Don't overblow, use warm, slow air.
How many music classes combine rap, recorders, and ridiculously fun dance moves? The key word is fun.
I love Binks because they make learning fun.
And that helps foster a love of learning. These 5th graders created a wax museum. Dressed in costumes, learning about historic figures required just a push of a button.
I am Benjamin Franklin.
The students also hear from guest speakers, including this Holocaust survivor.
They supplied kettle cars for us to return back to Poland.
At Binks Forest, you never know what you may encounter.
Then they hatch into a baby caterpillar.
And turning into princes and princesses are these 1st graders. The fairy tale ball is a tradition at Binks Forest. There are also special enrichment programs here, like the opportunity to learn sign language. And the students appreciate all these amazing opportunities.
I like thanks for a lot of reasons, but I'll narrow it down to a few. I love their projects. I also like how we read a book and then the person who wrote the book comes in and talks about the book.
On this day, author Harvey Oyer speaks to the children about his book series that features a Florida family in the late 1800s.
We're bringing the Florida history to life for them.
From looking back to the learning tools of the future, students use the latest technology every single day. In this class, everyone has an iPad to research a subject and then create a visual presentation. But what makes this school special are the teachers and administrators. You can tell they love the students, and they'll do just about anything to help them succeed in elementary school and beyond. The School District of Palm Beach County, your best choice. And that's going to do it for Good Sports. Want to thank the student athletes from Lake Worth High School and Boca Raton, the Bobcats advancing in the state high school basketball playoffs. If you want to tell us about an outstanding team, coach, player, drop us an email. The email address is Ric, R-I-C, at pbcgoodsports.com. Once again, that email address is Ric, R-I-C, at pbcgoodsports.com. Just a reminder, National Signing Day is this coming Wednesday. We're going to be hitting a lot of schools, telling you about the student athletes who are signing college scholarships. It's always a really exciting day. Thanks so much for watching us this week on Good Sports. To the student athletes inside the Palm Beach County school system, thanks for being good sports.